Well, you know divorce can be messy sometimes, right? Under the new tax plan, things could even be more complicated if you don't know what to look for. Here to explain all that are Greg and Kristen Taylor, our weekly visitors and good friends. They're also radio hosts you can hear on WTVN. They are on at 6 and again at 10.
Yeah.
6 and 10.
On Sundays. And then you can also catch them on my show, The Shawn and Kate Show. That's Saturdays on The Bus. So, good to have you guys here.
Good to be here.
This whole tax thing is complicating everybody's lives.
Oh, it is.
But it's supposed to make us happier and our lives similar.
I don't think taxes ever make us happy.
True.
Yeah.
Let's start, because we did mention the divorce thing. You know, a lot of people, they don't understand there are some big tax implications when you are entering into a divorce, no doubt.
Yeah, you wouldn't think, tax changes, divorce, how do those go hand in hand? Well, starting after the end of the year, so 2019, divorces that commence after the end of the year, they'll be subject to the change in alimony and how the taxes are handled with alimony payments. So the payer, so say a husband that's got to pay alimony to his ex-wife, now cannot write those alimony payments off anymore. They're not tax deductible. So now they go on his earned income instead of the payee, or the wife in the case I'm explaining, income. So she doesn't have to pay taxes anymore, he does.
Interesting.
And that's really makes sense for the government, because if, say, that husband makes $500,000 a year and he's making a big alimony payment, well, all that income is taxed at his high level instead of now a lower level because that ex-spouse may only be getting that alimony as income. So that can really help make the taxes higher. So people that have been planning on, well, if this is going to happen, then, I can write that off. No longer.
No longer. Well, it's only, I guess it makes sense too, because like you said, if maybe she's never worked or whatever, and then suddenly she's slapped with the tax on that.
Yeah, it's a sad discussion to have, but understanding that going into it, it changes negotiations for the process of the divorce.
I can imagine.
Right.
What else are we taking advantage of, or should we be looking at with the changes in tax code?
Well, right now, people should really be thinking about the fact that we're in lower tax brackets. The 15% bracket is now 12.
Right.
The 25% bracket is now 22%. And even for high income earners, what was once 39.6% is now 37%. So everybody's gotten a tax break.
Right.
Now, all the deductions and exclusions and credits and things aren't exactly the same as they were last year. So some people are actually paying a little bit more in tax, some are paying a little less in tax. But now, when we get right down to it, we have to start thinking about what should we do about the future? And where do we think future tax rates might be? Because we still have an immense amount of debt in our country. And at some point, I think we will have to start paying some of that debt back, even as a country. So the big question a lot of people have, Shawn, is should I defer into my traditional 401k or my traditional IRA, or should I be putting it in something like a Roth, something where I pay the taxes first, and then it grows tax-free, and later on I get to pull it out tax-free?
Yeah, and this is a good point in time to be doing that if people have never really had that disposable income to do it.
Absolutely, and we have a resource at our office, a CPA that's known and trusted. We've known and trusted for a long time now, and so we have a resource there for those tax questions, as we're not CPAs.
Right.
But it's important to mesh the two together to make them fit into a working, moving gear, if so to speak, and understanding how they implicate your future retirement dollars is really, really important. So that's why we like to make that a part of the complete planning review that we do.
Right, and I think that is part of what we're offering too, right? The complete planning, it's the consultation is what we want to offer this time.
Absolutely.
What all is involved in that?
Well, Shawn, it's more than just looking at how much money we've saved. It's, what's the risk level I'm taking? How, what are the fees I'm paying? How can I possibly get to a place in retirement where I'm not paying tax on my Social Security income? All those things are part of that analysis, and let people know, does it make sense to go tax efficient, or does it make sense to keep deferring? That's one of the big things, and help people understand the big picture and be confident as they do prepare to retire.
And there's nothing like the feeling of confidence and ease that comes from that.
Absolutely.
So take advantage of the complimentary consultation today. You get on the phone and just call. That easy. 614-336-7660. Again, 614-336-7660. You can also go to legacyretirementgroup.com. There's a form there. You can ask them a question, and they'll get back in touch with you. But thank you both so much.
Good to be
You're
here.
welcome.
Appreciate it. Always good to see you on a Monday.